Abby, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So the align to page stuff, is there a different toolbar for aligning the two areas of text to each other?
Oh, actually, it's pretty much, let's see. Oh, there is, okay, so right to the left of the properties panel, there is tool align, or you can go to Windows and then align. Let me pop it up because I already had it.
Yes,
Okay.
that's separate. That's for aligning objects to each other.
Yeah, and honestly, it's actually the same thing. So you can align these two things, not to the page, but to each other by selecting both and then aligning them to each other. So yeah, it's only when you select one object or grouped objects that it will align it to the page.
Gotcha.
Cool. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. You can also make outlines, which are different than strokes. So I'm going to use the text tool. I'm just going to go. I'm going to create an outline. I'm going to use the selection tool. Let's see. Okay, so first, before you can make an outline, you have to have the right font because we're going to be changing it to a shape and then putting the outline to that shape. So you want like the spacing and the orientation to be correct before you change it to a shape. You can change it back by hitting Control Z a bunch of times, but depending on what you've done with the shape. So to make a text a shape, you go all the way up to the top bar where you hit type, and then, oh, sorry, you have to select the text first. So type and then create outlines, and that basically makes it a shape. If you guys know from last class, we have, now you can see the anchors and the handles where you can manipulate them. So after you make it a shape, you can go to object because it is now an object. And then go down to path and offset path is what you want. Now it looks very big, so you can make it smaller. Make it 0, 0, 1. There we go. Cool. Doesn't look like much, but let's see. Let me make that pink. Okay. Oh, and I did not show you guys this class, but you can view outline, and that will show you the outline of all of the shapes or the text. So if you want to know if you have a bunch of objects, like if the file is just being a little testy, you can go to view outlines and you can see if there's any stuff behind it that you just can't see. So sometimes you type things out and then you get rid of it, but you didn't actually get rid of it. So very good tool to use. The hotkey for that is Control Y, but you can also do it with preview. Okay, so view preview to get back from outlines. There we go. Okay, so not sure if it actually put an outline. Oh, I'm going to put a, sorry, forget what I said. Okay, so I'm going to make, I'm going to select it, path, and then offset path. I'll make this. And should be able to preview how large it's going to be. Make it 5. Okay. And let me see if it put, okay. I'm going to Control plus. Okay. So this is also good because I can see how many strokes were put on it, and I can select. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do a thing. You preview. Okay, now I'm going to object ungroup so that I can select just one of the paths. And let me Control plus to see what I am selecting. Okay. So it looks like that is going to be behind it. So let me make the fill to white. Okay. And behind it, you can have white. So you have to ungroup it to be able to change the color of the outline. And there we go. Oh, and I can also make I can make a stroke around it if I want. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Object. Sometimes you just have to fiddle around with it.
Abigail, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at the outline.
Okay.
This always confused me with Adobe Illustrator.
Yeah.
Is the outline the white area between, on this particular picture, the two pinky red lines? Or is the outline actually the darker of the two reddish lines?
Oh, okay. So it is the white.
Okay. So if you just clicked on it and made it so you would see it, you would only see the white. So if you turn the white green, those red lines would disappear, would not be visible.
Oh, the darker red is a stroke around the outline. So
right.
I could.
Would that stroke remain in your drawing, or do you have to eliminate the stroke by putting it on no stroke?
You would have to put it on no stroke to eliminate it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for the questions. And you can add as many outlines as you want if you want to put different strokes around it to add more emphasis. But you would have to control it by ungrouping it and then selecting that outline to add, subtract a stroke, change the color, or do whatever you want to do with it. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is typing on a path. So let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth down is a shape tool. I'm going to right click it to have the ellipse. I'm going to hold shift so that I have a perfect circle. Let's see. I do not need a fill with this. I am going to put a stroke just so everyone can see what I'm going to be doing with it. I'm going to make it black. Okay, then this. And then I'm going to right click the type tool to type on a path. And can you guys see it? It's blue when I hover over it. There you go. Can everyone see that blue line?
Yeah, now I can see it's blue.
Okay. All right. That's how you know that when you click it, it will type on a path. Very big text. Okay, I'm going to change the text in the property panel to 20. There we go. Okay, so this will type on the path, on the circle. Let's see. I'm going to use the direct selection tool. I'm going to rotate it on one of the corners, hover past one of the corners to rotate it to the top. Oh, and if you see, you can see these pink guiding lines. It'll usually tell you if you are exactly straight or exactly aligned with another object. Let's see. So, okay. And if you can't see that box, then you are going to be selecting the text. It also works well with circles as well, or typing on any path. So, okay, I can use the selection tool to make sure everything is straight. Okay, all right. Now, this is fairly simple, but if you wanted to have text on the bottom of the circle, that is a different process. I'm going to go to the, let's see, 5th down on the left of the tools bar to the ellipse. And I'm going to create another ellipse. Oh, that one was supposed to have a stroke. There you go. Selection tool. I'm going to make this with a, not sure why it doesn't have a stroke. Oh, maybe it's because it's text now. So that's fine. Okay, so with the selection tool, I'm going to make it roughly as big, and you can check that by going to view and then outline. So you can see that it is exactly the size of the invisible circle that we made before. All right, view preview. Okay, and then I'm going to take the type tool, type on a path again, and I'm going to go on the second one. Let's see. Okay, close this. All right, I wonder if I spelled that right. Okay, that's probably fine. Okay, and then the selection tool, I'm going to move it to where it's generally straight. And let's see, to flip it to where it's readable on the bottom, you would go to type and then type on a path, type on a path options. And then we have this little box that says flip. So it is going to flip everything. Oh, and you can see if you select preview, on a lot of options that you use on Adobe Illustrator, there will be a preview button, and you want to do that to make sure that you are doing the correct thing. Okay, and now it looks like it's going to be on the inside because it reflected, but you can shift drag to make it right. You can also make another circle to make sure that you are going in the right direction so that you can align it with the selection tool. You can make sure I put it under some of the type, and then you can see with the blue, I'm going to align it kind of to the tops of the smaller text so that it is aligned. And then I can take this circle, Control X is usually to get rid of it. And then you have text on the bottom and on the top of a circle.